Assalamu alaikum and good evening. You are watching HumSub.TV and I am Muneeb Hamid with the news. Sharif's dash to Saudi Arabia fuels suspicions. Saudi Arabia is likely to become the hub of Pakistani politics as ousted Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif is set to leave for the kingdom on Saturday today, while his brother Shehbaz Sharif and Railways Minister Khwaja Saad Rafiq are already there. Although the Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz is reluctant to officially state anything about the party chief's departure, as seat has been booked in Nawaz Sharif's name for a Jeddah-bound flight for Saturday. A public meeting he was to address in Sargodha on Sunday has been rescheduled for January 6 because of his unavailability. The Punjab Chief Minister is already in Saudi Arabia on an official visit. The Saudi government has sent a special plane for his travel to the kingdom on Wednesday. He is believed to have prepared the ground for the visit of his elder brother. Nawaz Sharif will meet the top Saudi leadership including King Salman and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and discuss with them various aspects of friendly relationship between Pakistan and Saudi Arabia. A family friend said but did not elaborate further. Tahir al-Qadri rails against Sharif family's undemocratic past in fiery address to APC. The model town incident and Nawaz Sharif's rallying cry of "Mujhe kyun nikala" will be discussed in the all-party conference called by Tahir al-Qadri on Saturday. The Pakistan Awami Tehreek chief told the media as he commenced discussions. Addressing the press, Qadri welcomed the parties who had joined him, claiming that representatives of more than 40 were in attendance. The political parties gathered here today have different ideologies and agendas, but are brought together today on a single point, he said, referring to the Model Town incident which took place in 2014. The blood of the innocent people killed in the incident is what unites us today, he added. He also accused ousted Premier Nawaz Sharif and his family of investing in politics, using bribery as means to buy loyalty and establishing a political dynasty that was being dominated by one man. You bought your MPAs and MNAs by sending them briefcases full of money. Can you, Nawaz and Shehbaz, deny doing that? Is this your democracy, he asked as he railed against the family. I have seen Zulfikar Ali Bhutto's time and I have not been a part of Pakistan People's Party, and yet I say political horse trading never existed in his time. Moving back to the Model Town incident, Qadri said, "You, the Sharifs, ordered the police to open fire on people and then tell us to go to court to get justice. Till you are in power, there can be no justice. Your character has been revealed in the Panama Papers case and now you are planning to run away and leave Pakistan, which is why you are seeking help from foreign powers," Qadri said while accusing the Sharifs of visiting Saudi Arabia to enlist the help of old friends to get them out of the current situation. He added, "However, they cannot save you now. Nothing can save you now. You accuse these political parties that have gathered here today of be using each other's support to forward each other's agenda. My question is, who is using Saudi Arabia's support to forward their own agenda based on their own games?" The PAT chief said, adding that Nawaz Sharif, who keeps asking "Mujhe kyun nikala," was sent packing because of his own doings. He added, "Your past is catching up with you and are getting what you deserve." Concluding his address, Qadri told the media that the parties would now discuss their future course of action in camera, after which the media will be briefed about the developments. Turkey ignores NATO concern will buy Russia's anti-missile system. Turkey has finalized a deal with Moscow for the purchase of Russia's S-400 anti-missile system, Turkish defense officials announced on Friday, despite concerns voiced by some of the NATO members' allies. The deal, which would make Turkey the first member of the military alliance to own Russia's most advanced air defense system, comes amid strengthening ties between Turkey and Russia and Ankara's deteriorating relations with the United States and other Western countries. The Turkish Defense Industries Undersecretariat said in a statement that Turkey would buy at least one S-400 surface-to-air missile battery with the option of procuring a second battery. The delivery of the first battery was scheduled for the first quarter of 2020, the statement said. The two countries on Friday also finalized a financial agreement for the project, under which part of the cost would be financed through a Russian loan. the defense industry's body said, without revealing details of the deal. Israeli troops wound 56 Palestinians in fresh clashes. At least 56 Palestinians were wounded by Israeli gunfire in the West Bank and Gaza on Friday as they protested in a fresh day of rage over U.S. President Donald Trump's controversial recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Israeli forces also hit the Gaza Strip with tank fire and airstrikes after rockets from the Palestinian enclave targeted a southern community, the army and Palestinian sources said. Israeli troops opened fire during clashes in several parts of the coastal territory, wounding 40 people. Gaza Health Ministry spokesperson Ashraf al-Qudra said 4 were in a serious condition. The Israeli army said 2,000 protesters had thrown stones and Molotov cocktails at soldiers on the Israeli side of the barrier with the Palestinian territory. In the occupied West Bank, the Palestinian health minister said at least 16 people were wounded when Israeli troops fired live bullets during demonstrations, while others were hit with rubber-coated rounds. The Israeli military said about 500 demonstrators had burned tires and thrown Molotov cocktails and stones at its forces in 30 different parts of the West Bank. Trump wants border wall, visa changes as part of immigration fix. U.S. President Donald Trump said on Friday that he would not consider reinstating an immigration program that protected young people from deportation without a commitment from Democrats to help build a wall on the border with Mexico and end certain immigration programs. The debate on immigration will be a pivotal issue in Washington in early 2018 ahead of midterm congressional elections in November. In September, Mr. Trump ended the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, which protected young people from deportation who had been brought to the United States illegally as children, and gave Congress until March to devise a long-term solution. Democrats have pushed for DACA to continue, but Mr. Trump, a Republican, has said that will not help without the end of 2 various visa programs and the construction of a wall along the southern U.S. border. The Democrats have been told and fully understand that there can be no DACA without the desperately needed wall at the southern border and an end to the horrible chain migration and ridiculous lottery system of immigration, etc., Mr. Trump posted on Twitter on Friday. Representatives for Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer and House Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi said that would not negotiate the issue in the media but looked forward to serious talks after lawmakers return to work in Washington early next month. Mifta touts rupee flexibility. Advisor to the Prime Minister on Finance, Revenue and Economic Affairs, Mifta Ismail, said he plans significant tax reforms in the 5 months before the government's term ends ahead of 2018 election and touted a policy of greater currency flexibility. The government has in recent months devalued the rupee, imposed tariffs on imported goods and sought to boost exports to reduce growing balance of payments pressure, fueling concerns about health of the $300 billion economy. Pakistan borrowed $2.5 billion from international markets via Sukuk and Eurobond offers this month that were vastly oversubscribed and fetched lower than expected rates. Mr. Ismail, a wealthy businessman and former International Monetary Fund economist, was appointed as finance advisor to the Premier on December 27 in a role that makes him de facto finance minister. Mr. Ismail told Reuters in an interview late on Thursday he plans tax reforms to focus on widening the tax base, simplifying tax structures and slashing personal tax rates to encourage more people to file returns. We have to reduce rates, and the Prime Minister is very eager to especially reduce rates on individuals, he said. Tax rates on individuals vary in Pakistan but can be as high as 30% for salaried individuals and 35% for non-salaried individuals. Smith stonewalling denies England victory. Steve Smith scored his 23rd Test century to bat out a draw for Australia in the 4th Ashes Test and deny England their first win of the series in Melbourne on Saturday. The Australian skipper stonewalled the English bowling attack who remained unconquered on 102 for his 3rd century of the series when the Test was called a draw late on the final day.
Smith joined the legendary Don Bradman as the only batsman to secure centuries in 4 consecutive Melbourne Tests. He also joined Ricky Ponting as the only batsman in Test history to have made 6 centuries in a calendar year on multiple occasions. Australia only lost 2 wickets on the 5th day but coasted through after lunch to finish 263 for 4 with Mitchell Marsh not out in 29. The hosts have already clinched the Ashes with an unassailable 3-0 lead in the series ahead of the 5th and final test in Sydney next week. Now the weather update for the next 24 hours. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country.
That's all for now. For more news and updates, keep watching HumSub.TV. Take care. Please subscribe to HumSub.TV and hit the notification icon on the screen to get the latest updates of our channel. Thank you for watching HumSub.TV.